What is up, everybody? It's Stas here. Welcome back to another video. So the stock market did well today. We had the S&P 500 up 1.4%, Dow Jones and the Nasdaq up 1.5%, and we saw the Russell 2000 go up 1.2% on the day. And today we're going to be talking more about the markets, breaking down some technicals, going over a bunch of stocks to buy now. And I also want to share with you guys what I did in the markets today, stocks I own right now, and in general where my head is at as a trader and as an investor. So if you guys find value, you know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, go down below, join the Strive Smart Discord chat, the Facebook group, get 2 stocks from WeBull and maybe $30 from M1 Finance. All of those are free. Again, linked right down below. And guys, guess what? I just started a Patreon. So if you all want to support me and all the content a bit further and get exclusive content, check that link down below. And by the way, as of now, there's only 1 tier, but in the next couple of days, I'm going to add more tiers in the Patreon. And the goal of the Patreon is really to connect with you guys on a more in-depth level, make more exclusive content, maybe even do some live streams. And the truth is, guys, I don't have everything nailed down quite yet, but I do want to do an exclusive portfolio, individual stock reviews. I want to go over maybe your guys' portfolio. I'm also thinking about doing a morning briefing there on Patreon. And again, there's only 1 tier as of now, so go down below if you guys want to support me a bit further. Go check out the Patreon, and I'll update you guys in future videos as I add more content there. So without further ado, again, all of those are linked down below. Let's get right into the video. So what we see right here is the S&P 500, and with today's price action, we got very close to an all-time high, but we did not hit an all-time high. But it's okay, because here on the 4-hour chart, we can see we are back in the middle of this upwards channel that we've been talking about here on the YouTube channel for weeks at this point. And again, now we're trading in the middle of this channel. And if we take a look here on the 5-day, 5-minute to see what happened today, what we can see, and even better here on the 10-day chart, actually, yeah, on the 10-day chart, you can see it. What we can see is with today's gap up, we actually broke this downtrend that we were in for about 4 trading days. You guys can see it here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice how we were making lower lows, lower highs in these past 4 trading days, not including today. But with today's gap up, again, we broke that downtrend. We broke above the 50 SMA and the 180 SMA, and we also broke out above 3830, and we actually closed a little bit under that. So that's going to be a level to watch out for tomorrow, 3830, for that to break. And if that does happen, maybe 3870 is coming, which is the all-time high that we're seeing right now on the S&P 500. So overall, this is very, very bullish. The fact that we broke out of this downtrend on the 10-day, 30-minute chart. And at this point in time, I would not be surprised if the S&P 500 hit an all-time high. Maybe not this week, but hey, maybe next week it could happen. Overall, I would not be surprised if that were to happen. So what are your thoughts? Are you buying stocks right now? Are you selling stocks? Let me know your thoughts on the markets in general down below. I'd love to know, as always. And for me, I didn't do really much of anything new today. I did add a position, but other than that, I'm just simply holding on to all of my positions, my other existing positions that I've had for a couple of days at this point, some longer than others. And I ended up adding AMD today, Advanced Micro Devices, and I gave this alert out in the Discord chat, which again is linked down below, and that's free of charge to join. And this is one that I got in at $87.25. It was earlier in the day. I believe it was during this drop right here. I ended up picking up in the morning today. And this is one that overall I think is, I don't want to say it's undervalued, because you could argue here, even at $88, it's still a little bit overvalued in terms of a long-term basis. It really depends on what angle you're you're looking at it from. But in my case, I'm looking at it from the angle of a swing trader, and I'm loving the technicals here. We held the uptrend at 84, 85 bucks at a higher low, and it seems like we are in an ascending triangle, right? Overall resistance at about 95 bucks. That's a big one, and another big one's about 98, 100 bucks in terms of resistance. So I think AMD could fill the gap to 95. I think ultimately even above that, 95, 100 bucks. I think ultimately 100 bucks is where AMD could be going. So I got a little bit. Today. I nibbled in at 87.25, and we're up. We're up on the position. It closed a little bit under $89, and this is one that I'm probably going to add more into. Maybe tomorrow, maybe some point later this week. We'll see. But overall, I'm in AMD at $87.25. And that's all I did today that was new. And you guys know I'm in a bunch of other swing trades. NIO is one of them, NIO. I added more yesterday at $55.35. I was in it prior to that at $57.25. And I'm well aware, and I mentioned this yesterday, that NIO is facing a potential descending triangle pattern right now, which is a bit worrisome, and which is why I haven't gone in way too heavy on NIO yet in terms of my swing. And if the descending triangle plays out, maybe we get down to 50 bucks, 52 bucks. That could be where we go in terms of NIO, but you guys have to understand it's already down about 16% from its all-time high. And who knows, 54, 55, this big support might not break, and we could eventually break out of 58, 59 bucks, which could lead to an even further breakout here on NIO. And that's why I'm holding on to it at this point. And even if it goes down to the lower 50s, I'm just going to add more to my position because I think it is going to pop back up eventually. So I'm holding on to NIO. I'm still holding on to Square as well, ticker symbol SQ. We saw a pretty nice day today, up 2.5%, but we are still not out of this descending wedge, whatever you want to call it. We're still at a big resistance at 230. So I think if 230 could break, Square could go a lot higher. And I'm still diamond handing it over here with Tattooed Chef. I'm holding on to my position despite it going down about 1% today. I'm holding on to Tattooed Chef still. SBE, I'm still holding on to this one. I'm down a little bit on my position right now on SBE, but it's okay. I'm in at about 39-ish, a little. Actually, I think my cost is closer to $40, quite honestly. So I'm still holding on to SBE. Workhorse is one I'm still holding on. And I saw a lot of panic around Workhorse today because it went down 12%. Guys, you have to relax. Workhorse literally a couple days ago was at $25. It squeezed up to 40 bucks in literally 2 days, and now it's back down to 34. I mean, it went up so quick. You have to understand, a healthy pull down is good. It's healthy, and that's what we're seeing right here with Workhorse. And overall, I mean, it's still holding the uptrend on the 4-hour chart. And yeah, it could go to low 30s, 31, 32, but I'm not worried overall at all on Workhorse. I'm still holding on to it, and I'm up a good amount on the position considering I'm in at 22 bucks. And SLV collapsed today. It went down a good 8%. This completely collapsed. Silver collapsed. Gold collapsed today, but I'm not worried about it. I think SLV, it could still be a dip buy, and I'm still holding on long and strong on this silver ETF. So what did you guys do? Let me know down below in the comments. As always, I would love to know. And if you guys are enjoying the video so far, I would greatly appreciate it. You know what I'm going to ask. Go down below, hit the like button, maybe subscribe to the channel if you do like content like this, daily content going over the market, what I'm doing, a bunch of stocks to watch and maybe buy. That's what we cover here. So go down below and subscribe to the channel, right, guys? And let's get into now a bunch of stocks. I have 7 or 8 stocks here that I want to talk about. And gosh, did we get some crazy crazy, unexpected news from Amazon today. And they first and foremost, they reported great earnings. That's no doubt about it. I'm very happy about their earnings report. EPS came in at $14.09 versus the $7.23 estimated. So they destroyed the EPS estimate, and revenue also beat pretty nicely. Revenue came in at $125.6 billion. That's just insane, guys. $125 billion is what they're making in a quarter. That's just, oh my goodness, guys. That's ridiculous. That came in versus the $119.7 billion. So they beat that by a pretty nice margin, as well as beating EPS. And the stunning news was that Jeff Bezos, he's stepping down as CEO and he's transitioning to executive chairman. So I was not expecting this. I'm sure nobody was expecting this, and especially after a record quarter here for Amazon. But hey, at some point, I guess you do have to take more of a passive role. I mean, he's still going to be executive chairman, but he's not going to be CEO, meaning he's not going to be running the day-to-day tasks of Amazon. So he's taking more of a passive role here as executive chairman, and I'm guessing he's going to focus on other endeavors, right? He's going to focus more on, Blue Origin. He's going to be focusing, obviously, still on Amazon, but he's just going to be doing, other things. And I believe the AWS head, he's going to be, you can see it right here. Amazon names AWS chief to succeed as CEO, and that's pretty interesting there. So what do you guys think about that? I mean, the stock is up regardless. I mean, they had a great earnings report. We got the news that Bezos is stepping down, and the stock is still up. So I'm not freaking out by any stretch of the imagination about this. I'd love to know your thoughts down below in the comments. And in terms of the technicals here, we clearly broke 3350, 3375, which has been a pretty big resistance that we've been talking about here on the YouTube channel for the past couple of weeks. It was resistance back, all the way back from July, August, right? You can see it here in October, November, later in December, earlier in January, right? So it was a big resistance, and the fact that we broke out of it today, that is fantastic, and I believe Amazon could ultimately fill the gap up. I'm thinking to 3,500, maybe even above that. Like I said earlier in earlier videos, I think Amazon's going to $4,000. If I'm being quite honest with you guys, I think 35 is going to fill 3,500, and then we're going to go straight to 3,750, 3,700, 4,000 eventually. And of course, don't buy based on my opinion. Always do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor. That's just my opinion, and I've been buying Amazon. And I'll continue doing that because, again, I think the price is going up. So what do you think about Amazon? Great earnings, great EPS, great revenue, solid stuff there. And Jeff Bezos stepped down. What do you think? Let me know down below in the comments. And another big tech stock here that just reported earnings, and gosh almighty, is the stock going up. It closed at $19.27. Now the stock is up to $2,083 after market hours. This stock, ladies and gentlemen, is Google. Ticker symbol, or rather, shall I say, Alphabet. Ticker symbol GOOG. They just reported EPS of $22.30 versus $15.90. Wow, great beat there for EPS, and a great beat on revenue as well. Revenue came in at $56.9 billion versus $53.13 billion estimated. And again, the stock is going ballistic, bananas. After hours, it's got to be up over 5%. I mean, let me take a look at this. It's up 6-7%. Wow, that's incredible. So I don't own a swing position in Google, but you're dang right I own some Google stock in my long-term portfolio. Same with Amazon. I own both of these. So on paper, I didn't lock in the profits yet, but on paper, I'm making some money after hours here, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are as well, and I'm pretty happy about it. And in terms of a swing trade, I wouldn't necessarily FOMO into Google here. In fact, the great time to get in now with the benefit of hindsight would have been at about 1800. So I would wait, honestly, until Google could maybe pull down to 1935, maybe 1950, maybe low 2000s. That could be a pretty decent dip to maybe pick up on this upwards momentum for Google. So check that out, ticker symbol GOOG. We also had Chipotle Mexican Grill, ticker symbol CMG, report earnings today, and they were not nearly as good as Google, as Amazon, and they actually missed on both EPS. Actually, they didn't miss on revenue. Revenue came in line, but they missed on EPS. EPS for Chipotle Mexican Grill came in at $3.48 versus $3.73 estimated. So they missed there, and revenue came in at $1.61 billion. And again, that came in line with estimates. So not too great of a report there for Chipotle, and the stock is down a pretty big amount. Well, it was down about 5% initially, and now it's actually filling that gap that opened up when the report, once the report came out, the stock dropped. Now it's filling the gap back up. So we'll see. I mean, could Chipotle Mexican Grill maybe slowly fill the gap back up to the mid 1500s tomorrow, maybe higher? It's possible. It's definitely possible. But you guys have to realize, again, that earnings report wasn't that great. And we'll see what guidance is looking like. Let me see if we got any word on guidance. I'm not really seeing anything here. But overall, I mean, this could be a dip, but be careful. I wouldn't be surprised if this were to collapse maybe lower into the 1400s, which, hey, that could also be a dip buy. And another big company we had today report earnings was Alibaba, ticker symbol BABA. EPS came in at $3.38 versus $3.25 estimated, and revenue came in at $33.88 billion versus $33.35 billion estimated. So a nice double beat there on Alibaba, and this stock, based on what I'm seeing, it has some more upside. I mean, yeah, we are struggling at 265, 266. Take a look here on the hourly chart. You'll be able to see that. We can see resistance actually at 270 as well. So I think overall, I mean, even here at 255, this could be a dip buy for a move maybe back up to the high, mid 260s, and let's say we collapse down to 245, maybe 250, that could also be a dip buy. So we have to be patient with Baba here. Overall, it is trading in this 25 point channel between 245 as support and about 265, 270 as resistance. So this could be a decent pickup here. Overall, I think we could get eventually get out of 265 and start to fill the gap up to 280, 285. That is the next big gap to fill, at least on the upside here for Alibaba. So watch out for that one. EA Electronic Arts is another one. They just reported earnings. The stock is dropping. We can see they did. Let me double check here. It seems like they did adjusted EPS of $3.06 versus $2.96 estimated, but I think the unadjusted was 72 cents, as you guys can see here. So they beat a little bit there on EPS, and revenue came in at $1.67 billion for the quarter, and they actually see the next quarter revenue going down a bit based on what I'm seeing here, and that could be why the stock is going down. I mean, the stock is down about $6 after hours. We hit an all-time high at $151 after market hours, and it dropped all the way to $138 after it hit that all-time high. Now it's hovering at about $142. So based on what's going on right now on the 4-hour chart, we're right around 142, low 140s. Take a look. That's right around the 180 SMA on this 4-hour chart. And 142 has been resistance many times in the past couple months. Once here, twice here. You guys can see it here 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. So I think it's imperative for EA to hold 142, 140, 145. If that could happen, hey, 148, 150, that could be coming on the upside for EA. And we had DraftKings go up a ton today, up 8.5%. And this is a stock that we mentioned and we called out a couple days ago. If you guys were able to play it, kudos to you. I didn't play it, but we called it out as it was trying to squeeze out a 55, 56 bucks. We talked about how this was actually looking like an ascending triangle. It was, at least a couple days ago. You can see resistance at 55, 56, but we were uptrending into that resistance. And the way an ascending triangle plays out is ultimately it breaks out of the resistance and it squeezes up higher. And that's exactly what we got today. And we actually got news that ARK Invest, let me double check this, but ARK Invest is looking, or they might have already, they have a stake in the company. DraftKings shares are trading higher after ARK Invest purchased a stake in the company. So that's a good sign. That's a pretty good sign. And just because it went up 8-9% today, it doesn't mean that the rally is over. There could be a move up to $64, $65. That is the next spot that I see DKNG going to. And yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Virgin Galactic is another one that went absolutely bananas in the pre-market session. It actually hit an all-time high at $63, and it actually closed under $50. So it went down about 13, 14 bucks throughout the day. And that's crazy because that drop literally has put Virgin Galactic in a bear market. It is down over 20% from its peak, but we are still holding the uptrend. Take a look here on the 5-day, 5-minute. The uptrend is still holding. So based on a swing trade perspective, right, this could be a decent spot to get in and maybe ride it back up to the mid-50s, high 50s. And it's not quite yet out of the woods. I would probably personally wait until 50, 51 were to break before getting in. And I'm going to actually set an alert, create alert at 52 bucks to play it safe. Let's put it there. And if that were to break, again, that is where I'd like to end up getting into Virgin Galactic. And I'm personally already in it as a long-term investment. I've told you guys that before. I've been in Virgin Galactic since $18 per share. So I'm holding long and strong, baby. Diamond hands on Virgin Galactic. And if you guys want to see a more in-depth video on what's causing this big pop, what news is coming out around the company right now, check out my video from earlier today. I'll link it down below in the description box. I made a little 14-minute video on Virgin Galactic. Make sure to go check that out. Again, I'll link it right down below. And the last stock for today is DocuSign, ticker symbol DOCU. This went up about 4.2% today. It closed a little bit under $240, and this pattern reminds me heavily of the AMD pattern that I already have a position in, right? You guys can see on AMD, big resistance, $95, $100, but we are uptrending into that resistance. And let's go back to DocuSign. DocuSign is the same thing. Big resistance at about 250, 255, 260, and we're uptrending into that resistance. And today we actually gapped up, which is a very good sign for the bulls. And based on this price action, I could see DocuSign get 250, 255, maybe even higher, 260, 265, based on what I'm seeing right now. So what are your thoughts? Let me know down below in the comments. I would love to know. As always, if you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Make sure to go down below, get into the Discord chat, get into the Facebook group, get 2 free stocks from WeBull. All you have to do is deposit $100 and you get 2 free stocks and $30 from M1 Finance. Simply open up an account and deposit any amount of money and you get $30 from them, and all of those are linked down below. And don't forget to also check out the Patreon. Again, at this point in time, I only have 1 tier, but in the next couple of days, I'm going to be adding more tiers to the Patreon, and that's a great way to support me. I really appreciate you guys if you do that. It really means a lot to me, and I'm going to be bringing you guys a ton of exclusive content. I'm going to be doing morning briefings, individual stock reviews. I'm going to do a charity portfolio over there on Patreon. I'm going to be doing just a bunch of stuff. Maybe some live streams. I want to do, maybe me reviewing your portfolio from an unbiased perspective. I want to talk more in depth about stocks I'm buying right now and just do a bunch of awesome exclusive content. And again, check out that Patreon. It is linked down below. I really appreciate you guys for supporting me on there. And that's it. I'll catch you all in the next video. Thanks for watching. As always, stay safe out there. Keep crushing the markets. Peace out.